Breaking news here in college football. Georgia quarterback Jaden Rashada has sued Florida head coach Billy Napier, a top Gators booster, and a former football staffer over a failed NIL deal. In a lawsuit filed today, Rashada claims they defrauded him out of a promised $13.85 million in NIL. And now the saga continues as currently is a member of the Georgia Bulldogs, and this story has no way of going away anytime soon. So with this breaking news, let's now bring in John Talty, the 24/7 college sports reporter. And John, this seems like ground-shaking news. What do you make of just your initial reaction hearing that a lawsuit's now been filed?
Yeah, it's unprecedented. Not only is this a huge NIL related situation and first real major active college football player to be suing an NIL related lawsuit, but I think the fact that Jaden Rashada transferred to Georgia this spring adds to it. That you have a active SEC quarterback suing an active SEC head coach is unprecedented, and I think adds an extra layer of intrigue, to this story, given the intense rivalry between Georgia and Florida. But this is something that they have been working on for a long time. This was a huge story when it initially came out in January 2023, when Jaden Rashada ultimately was released from his letter of intent at Florida. There were multiple big national stories that came out around that time. And Rashada and his team were kind of biding their time. They were considering all their options. And this is something, this legal option that they're taking today, they've been working on really since January 2023. And, there's some ups and downs along the way and some questions about where they were going to go on it. But it's been a long time in the making to finally file this lawsuit today against Billy Napier, Hugh Hathcock, and then Marcus Escher-Walker.
Do you think there are true legs to this? And I, of course, have bias when I ask this question because I am a Florida alum and I'm very familiar with how this whole situation has played out. Where do you see this going?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of, big questions that I think come from this. I think one of the big ones is, and this as a Florida grad, is that, Billy Napier enters into this season on shaky ground. A lot of people believe it to be a really must-win season for him. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see how Florida handles this moving forward. We reached out to them for a comment once the lawsuit was filed. We haven't heard back yet. But I think whether Florida decides to defend Billy Napier or kind of leaves him out on his own will be telling, especially for his kind of future job status. But beyond that, talking to the people around Jaden Rashada, this is something that I think he's hopeful that him kind of being out in front will lead other players who maybe have not gotten the NIL money that they've been promised to maybe come out and be willing to, whether it's sue or even just speak out. Because this is something that I think has impacted a lot of players where they are promised something, they get on campus and they don't get what's promised, and there's really no recourse for them to get the money they're promised. And so this is a major action to kind of fight back against that. And it's very curious to see whether other athletes come forward now that Rashada is kind of being a leading voice.
So when you look at it from Rashada's standpoint and now being with Kirby-Spartan, being from Georgia, do you think this affects his standing at all with the program and what he's trying to do as a college football player still with his career out in front of him?
I don't. He informed Kirby Smart of this coming, and from what I've been told, Kirby, gave him his blessing to, hey, you kind of go ahead and you got to do what you got to do. He's supportive of Jaden in that regard. I'm sure both for Jaden and the Georgia program, you don't want this to turn into a circus, but I think they'll handle that the right way. And I think what might help is that Jaden's a backup quarterback. He's not the starter at Georgia. There's not going to be all this pressure on him that might have come if he was the starter, at Arizona State where he was originally before transferring to Georgia. So I think he can kind of be in the background. He's probably not going to talk to the media much at all. Jaden has not commented publicly yet on this lawsuit either. So I think Georgia has a pretty good grip on how to handle situations like this. And I'm sure we'll get a comment from.
Bruh.
Bro.
All I can say is
shots fired! Shots fired!
Shots fired.
Remember old NBA Jam? It's heating up.
He's heating up. He's on fire. Hey, he's on fire. No, how about this one? Mortal Kombat. Toasty. Bruh. Shout out to everybody in the building. 148 in the building, man. This is Hayes Street. Man, we can't leave the Virgin Islands, dog. We tried. We jumped on the private jet, scouted in some areas, and we still can't find a better scenery than this right here. So this is where we are right now, man. We still in the Virgin Islands. But, man, let me tell you something, D Streeter. Yowzers. When you first saw this, what were your thoughts? What was the first thing came to your mind when that dun-dun-dun come across your phone?
Oh, Jaden Rashada them just not gonna go quiet in college football. They like F you. They the dude standing up in class. They ain't worried about his grades no more. He just coming to school because he get free meals and just doing dumb shit in class. They are not going away quietly, bro. Like I always talk about his dad because I heard it's his dad that's standing on business in all these situations, and he's really standing on business. I mean, if you want to put all the BS aside and all the malarkey to the side, literally, if Jay Rashada signs if he signs something that says he's supposed to get $13 million, right, and they backed off of it, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. I mean, they're in trouble doing this BS business just to get kids to fly around and be where you want them to be and think you could just, they all don't have families and they all don't have representation and you could just say what you want to say, you know what I'm saying, and do what you want to do. I mean, believe me, he's just opening the gate. He's opening the gate for everybody else to stand up and be like, hey, they promised me. He is.
So here's what I thought when I first thought about it. After I said, oh, shiggity, I said, pioneer, trailblazer. Let me explain. Let me put on my legal hat because I have watched all episodes of Matlock and Judge Judy, so therefore I am an expert in the law. I said, Streeter, he has set if he goes through this and wins this, he has set legal precedent and case law for future players down the pipe. Mm-hmm. It is now I'll just say this, every institution, whether it be the collective or whoever, better be careful what they say and better not make promises, because what people may or may not understand about this, he's suing them because Jaden Rashada is claiming that I had a deal with Miami for $9.5 million, but because you frauded me thinking I'm going to get 12.85, I left that 9 alone and y'all lied to me. So therefore I lost my 9 million or 9.5 million. So when these kids fly around the country and somebody sways them to go to another school, I'll just say, for example, here's a perfect example. Not to bring Colorado on this, but that is the biggest example I could think with the running back. They had a running back commitment in Rashad Amos, who committed to Colorado from Miami, Ohio, right? Miami University in Ohio. Committed to them. Then, now I don't know what NIL dealings were taking, but let's just say there was an NIL thing in place. Ole Miss comes in and says, nah, dog, I could give you 2 times of what they were going to give you. You come on campus and Ole Miss has nothing for you. That's the same principle right there. You swayed me away from going to Colorado because you told me I'm going to get 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, whatever the dollars are to come to Ole Miss and play. I'm just using this as an example. I'm not saying this happened, but I know he's the kid that had the latest like commit and then decided to leave after his commitment. You right, Flick. He committed to Mississippi State first, then CU, then Ole Miss. So imagine whatever Mississippi State had, Colorado came in, and then he left him. Oh, this is dangerous, bro.
What you said, dog? Ugly work. No, we're going to get to the ugly work part. We ain't got to the ugly work part yet.
I got a new word. They call it nasty work, but coach has coined a new phrase. I call it dirt work. This is dirty work. This is dirt work. Bro, here, okay, let's give a little backstory on this street, if you don't mind.
Run it.
He's committed to Miami. Okay. John Ruiz, all know that was the guy who over the NIL, Life Wallet, so forth and so on. He was supposedly going to get this $9.5 million. Again, I don't know if these numbers are true, but whatever. That's what's being reported. He's taken away by this big deal to Florida for 13.85. That apparently falls through and ends up at Arizona State, where his father was a player. He is not suing the University of Florida. He is not suing the school. He's suing Billy Napier, the man, the head of they have a collective called the Gator, not the Gator Collective, but the Gator, because they have like two collectives there. And I want to make sure I say the right thing. There's a Gator Collective, and then there is a one called the Gator, and this is federal court, y'all. This ain't Judge Judy. I know I put that on my thumbnail, but I was just playing.
I was just playing.
Whatever the other collective is, somebody put in the chat. Bro, then he's suing
right?
the NIL director they had. I don't know. I think they folded because he said he was going to sell his company, and this guy named come on, this article's so doggone long. His name is Hugh Hathcock.
Hathcock. Yeah, Hugh Hathcock.
Hugh Hathcock. And they said that in the article that he wasn't going to be able to pay him through that because he wanted to sell his company, automotive something. God doggone, he should have took notes. But anyhow, long story short, and then he's suing Marcus Castro Walker, who was the NIL director there, who's no longer there. Because they said they defrauded him through what they promised and yada, 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 yada. Long story short, bro. Long story short, the only money they got was $150,000 to pay John Ruiz. So they said there wouldn't be any litigation, yada, yada, yada. Oh my God. Talk to me, Street.
We got the Gator fans in here worried about Miami fans. This is a national story. This man just made history on y'all. Bro, this is the problem. Y'all may walk into that Miami-Florida game with an interim head coach game one. This is the problem, though. Y'all coaches on a hot seat. I don't even know what to call that seat now. He been sitting on the burner. He right on the grill.
That boy sitting on a lava seat. Hey, that boy got Whopper grill lines on. Hey, Street, that boy got Whopper grill lines on his ass now. That boy sizzling back there, boy.
We gonna call him
Flame Bro Billy. Don't clap it up the street. Point of the phrase. Don't clap it up the street. Flame Bro Billy. Yes, Lord.
This ain't even a hurricane show. Gator fans come here and talk about Miami fans. But since you want to talk, Flame Bro Billy, that boy sitting on, he's sitting on the motherfucking burner. His legs just swinging. He ain't even on the seat no more. He right on the grill. Flame Bro Billy got took to the woodshed by Jaden Rashada and his daddy. Look at the picture of Jaden Rashada daddy up here. He's standing on business.
My Lord.
We should make some t-shirts, dog, with Jaden Rashada daddy face on. Just put on business.
And you know what Jaden Rashada daddy said? You know what he said? Because I had called him, right? I was like, bro, what's going on, man? You know what he told me? He said, Coach,
yesterday's price is not today's price.
I said, oh, all right. That's enough said. I hung up. Yesterday's price is not today's price. And so I was like, okay, I get it. I said, what you say? Say it one more time.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
I say, well, you say no more then. Bro. Oof.
Ooh, I was looking for a picture of Jaden Rashada today, right? I just found the perfect picture. The perfect picture from these old Florida fans, though.
What you got?
It says Jaden Rashada's dad looking like he's trying to figure out where the Canes full practice field at. From the flagship of Florida. Y'all should have left Jaden Rashada ass right where he was at. He about to burn down the house. He about to burn down the house.
Bruh.
Daddy look like Joel Santana, Mr. Standing on Business. We're going to make some t-shirts, though.
Damn right. Huh? It's going to say I got the law on my side. But here's what's funny, though. Okay, let's kind of break down this article a little bit. You said there were some text messages out there with this guy, Hugh Hathcock, who was the head of this collective or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. They say Jaden Rashada has a lot of text messages, and the text messages are kind of like, we finna take care of you for the rest of your life. We're gonna love sticking it to the Hurricanes. Like, just no regard for, you know what I'm saying, that this thing may, you know what I'm saying, like these words may get out, just no regard. Like, let me see. I got a screenshot of a few. I'm gonna pull it up.
So Cost Kane, while you're doing that, says no signature, no money. That's not always true. I told you, I'm an expert in the law because I have watched all of Matlock and all of Judge Judy. I'm halfway through Judge Joe Brown and Perry Mason, so relax. But when you talk about punitive damages, that's a little bit different. Let me give you the definition because I don't want to misquote myself.
And
punitive damages.
Restitution also, right?
You damn it, Street, I'm an expert, but not that good. I don't know. So punitive damages are also called exemplary damages, which are damages assessed in a legal process to punish a defendant for negligence. The defendant is usually a company or other large entity. Examples would be medical malpractice cases or product liability cases. So if you have the text messages that this stuff is promised, this, and again, we don't know all the details. But I need to confer with the lead attorney on this. Shout out to LMV, put me on the lead attorney. They could get some money. Now, I'm not saying they're gonna get all 13 million, but you still, this is some dirty, this dirty right here, boy. This dirty right here, Street. And so
Go Napier got all the dirt right here. Go ahead, talk, dog. But no, it is
Napier?
Yeah.
She's a Bama fan. All right, go. I ain't seen her in a while.
See, the suit cites several text messages between Eddie Rojas, CEO of Gator Collective, and Zager, including "Tell Jaden we look forward to setting up him for life. Need to set up his brokerage accounts ASAP. Dude is rich, and we just got started." As well as, "We're going to have to dodge the freaks in Miami. I hate Miami. This is going to be fun to watch."
One thing I'm gonna say, Street. Billy Napier will be in trouble behind this because, as it said in this article, the dad said Billy Napier should have never got involved because it's against the rules, and he did. Yeah. And so he's going to be held accountable in some form or fashion. That's tough right there. That's tough.
Ooh, look at this. As of December 21st, early signing. So let's see who Goat Lakia. She got 78,000. Let me see. You say she Alabama
She
fan.
does, yeah, she does graphic work she does like some of the graphic stuff for the Alabama signees and stuff like that. Yeah, she cool folks, man. We've had interactions before. She's a huge Alabama fan now. Huge Alabama fan.
6,000 followers. Poor kid literally signed less than an hour after the conversation, according to the suit. His father and his NIL agent Zaga failed him. They let coach persuade them to sign without anything in writing. Terrible business move. As the December 21st early signing period approached, the suit alleges that Jaden asked his father, Harlem, and his agent, "Can I sign?" To which Zaga replied, "Not yet." Castro Walker called Harlem to give assurance that Jaden would receive $500,000 and all promised payments going forward. Napier's scheduled National Signing Day news conference was delayed while Rashada continued to hold out. Around the time is when Napier allegedly contacted Harlem, who relayed to Rashada's agent. Coach Napier said half-cock on the plane, and then he would wire $1 million, and he wants the paperwork. "I'm sending it if you are good." And then I guess Jaden was signed. Just lying.
Right. So part of what I heard was, and what I read that same thing, was basically Bill and Napier said, "Listen, if you ain't gonna do this, I'm gonna pull your scholarship." I did read. This is the CBS article that I read. I know all the outlets have a different article, but what I'm basing my information is off a CBS article. But anyhow, I hope Billy wasn't stupid enough, dog, to text message this stuff and phone calls and use the phone, because they're gonna pull phone records. They're gonna pull this. They're gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we don't know how deep it'll go. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think, like they're saying, you're talking about National Signing Day, all of that pressure. I bet you all of this played out right on text message, though. They ain't gonna have to go far.
Right.
You're not gonna have to go far, bro.
Email or text messages. Yep.
Yeah.
They
don't have to go far.
Yeah.
Did he ever sign anything, though?
No, because he never received a payment. The only thing I think they said he ever received, and I did want to read this part since everybody want to say bring Miami up, so let's bring it up then. Okay,
right? Because Ruiz actually told On3 that he never. There was no $9.5 million going to Rashada.
Correct.
Ruiz already backed out of that. But go ahead.
Correct. So here's what I want to say to you. The lawsuit claims that Hathcock, who is the collective, I guess, leader, never had any intention of making that payment, and everyone involved, including Napier, knew that. The collective never had, this is in quotation, the collective never had the money, and yet they were making all of these promises to a kid, Hardin told CBS. That's his father, Jaden's father. You dangle life-changing, generation-changing money in front of a 19-year-old kid who grew up without it. You can't expect that young person not to be affected by it. The bargaining power is totally unequal here. Instead, a day after the $500,000 payment was due, the Gator Collective sent, instead, a day after the first $500,000 signing bonus, because that was his signing bonus, $500,000. Instead, a day, now he had already signed.
Signing bonus.
A day after the $500,000 payment was due, the Gator Collective sent Rashada a termination letter of the $13.85 million deal. Still, the lawsuit claims Napier and Castro Walker, who was the NIL director, went to great lengths to convince Rashada that they would make good on the promised money even without the contract.
What?
Castro. So again, no, he never signed because he had to sign his NIL or NLI, National Letter of Intent, in order to sign the contract. First, like you remember, you can't sign those until you're part of the school. So that's the tricky part, right? You can't sign collective stuff because technically you're not part of the school.
So does he have to prove that Miami was going to give him something? Because Ruiz already said it wasn't $9 million.
Correct.
Because what we're talking about here is basically, hey, y'all made me miss out on X. And that's why I'm suing you.
Correct.
But that is nasty work, though.
And the leverage was in their hand because by rule, he could not sign a NIL, name, image, and likeness contract because he has to be there at the school first, which he has to sign his NLI, National Letter of Intent, first.
Right.
So he couldn't sign. So once they got you on the hook, now, the reason this is important, watch this. Castro Walker told Rashada's agent that the Gator guard, that's what the collector was, the Gator guard would now take on paying the deal, and that Hathcock, through the Gator guard, will personally guarantee the $13.85 million obligation himself. The only payment allegedly made was for $150,000 to pay back John Ruiz, a prominent Miami booster, so that Rashada, in quotations, could avoid possible litigation with Ruiz, who was seeking repayment from the initial $9.5 million NIL deal. And then here's what he said, John Ruiz. Life Wallet nor John Ruiz have ever had any deal with Rashada that amounted to $9.5 million. Life Wallet had a very small deal with Rashada while he was a big school student in California, Ruiz said in a statement to CBS Sports. Oof. So that actually John Ruiz hurting him.
He hurt him. Right. Because how does he prove? But okay. So Hayes, literally, I don't think Rashada didn't want to go to war. I think what they want is somebody to settle something.
Fair.
Right.
That's fair.
Yeah, because I don't think they can prove that Miami was going to do X, Y, Z, because Ruiz going to do the same thing. Ruiz going to say, man, I ain't never offered this. But, dog, nasty work, dog, to get the man to sign a letter of intent and then send him a termination letter of the contract.
Right.
How do you think this ends, dog? And then we're going to get into your theory about the real nasty work here. The dirty work. How do you think this ends?
I think they're going to get punitive. Remember, this is federal court. This was filed in federal court, right? This ain't Judge Judy. This lawsuit against Florida, Billy Napier, a former staff, image and likeness was paid. I'm trying to see. Oh, according to the suit filed in federal court on Tuesday. I think it ends with him getting a payment. I don't know how much that is. Again, I think it'll all be based on maybe what Miami was offering, right? Maybe, I don't know what that was. And I think they'll come to an agreement. I don't think it'll play out in court. I think it'll play out. They'll settle. Now, what that is, I don't know. I don't know what that is. But man, my goodness, bro. But what it's going to do is, for now on, these players, you ain't going to play with these players now, because now they have something to follow.
Out of here. So I always wondered about that, the 13 million. That always seemed like a number that just wasn't feasible. But because they're saying Miami had 9 million on the table, right? I see where the 13 million came from. Like Florida is just as dumb. You know what I'm saying? It's just as dumb as anything. Like, because we always look at the suits like the smart guys in this. But for them to even start talking about 13 million, it's crazy to me.
And I didn't think he was 13. I didn't to give a kid 13 milli out of high school, and I believe the young man can play. I don't know if he's 13 million. Like, here's the question. Now, here's a legit question before we get back on track. I want players to get paid.
Right.
I have no problem with that.
Right.
But do you think there should be like a rookie salary cap like in the NFL? Do you think it should be like, wait a minute, y'all?
No.
I'm just asking. No. Okay. No. So then why is 13? So if that's the case, then why is 13 million seem like you said is unfathomable? Like, why can't you see him getting paid 13 million?
I didn't think we were there yet. I was looking at 2027, 2028. I didn't think we had got there yet. You see what I'm saying? We went from 200,000 to 13 million too fast, but I don't think there should be a cap. Nothing. A market calls for what somebody is willing to pay.
Okay.
If somebody's willing to give Lama Labor $9 million, that means that's the market. And the way these guys do business, that means there's probably some headroom there. I want to see what is the ceiling. That's what I want to see. What is the ceiling for Jeremiah Smith in 2029? I don't want no cap on nothing. I want to see how much of y'all motherfuckers making and how much of y'all willing to give up. That's what I want to see.
I'm all for it. Listen, I told you could give him $1 gazillion. Just better pay him. You know, and like you said, that drives the market up. That drives the prices up, which is, but I'm going to tell you this. Here's my only, can I just say this? I know it's going to sound crazy, but companies aren't stupid. Guess what happens? Who pays for that? We do. The consumers pay through it in ticket prices, concession stand, parking. I'm just saying, when you drive those prices up, I'm just saying, it don't matter. It doesn't matter. Right? I get what you're saying. You're right. But at the end of the day, it's going to, I hear where you're coming from. You're right. The school is not paying them. But bro, we're looking at ticket prices right now for football games that are astronomical, dog.
This is not the NFL. Cheetos is paying them. Allegedly.
I get it.
Is paying them, allegedly. It shouldn't be affecting each other.
I get it.
I don't care about none of that. Master, we getting paid too much, Master.
Because you got a media pass, damn it. That's why. You got a damn media pass. That's why you don't care.
And a parking pass. Shout out to Caneville. But I want to see. I want to see how much they're willing. I want to see what is the market, Hayes. Now, somebody said Florida not dumb because Ruin said he ain't offered nobody no $9 million. Boy didn't get $9 million, dog. What are we talking about here? You're talking about $9 million for 4 years, which is $2 million a year. Miami literally thought Emory was just as good as Rashada. When Rashada decommitted, Miami didn't. Only thing Miami was worried about is the flack that the fans would give. Miami didn't sweat that at all. And this is not a fan talk. I'm just saying I know the coaches in the inner workings, they didn't sweat it at all. They sent me the stats of Emory and Rashada, and they were like, bro, listen, we think we damn close with the 3-star right here. Emory beat Clemson. Emory went toe-to-toe with Florida State. And Rashada, I'm just saying.
Here's what else I'll say. To your point, you're right. You're 1,000% right. Like, I get it. That's their evaluation process, right? We don't get those. We're not doing the due diligence. We're fans. We're on the outside looking in, looking at huddle tape, high school highlights, and that kind of stuff. And we think we can come up with expert opinions. However, what is the ceiling? It's no different. It's what, like you said, somebody says 13 million. It's just like coaching, right? It's just like coaching, Street. Bro, can I tell you this? 20 years ago, coaches weren't making the kind of money they're making now. You got schools ain't never won them coaches making $5 million a year. Yeah. I don't even know if them schools make $5 million in ticket sale. But you just saw Kirby Smart. He not the highest paid. Didn't he just get a boost? He just got paid a boost. And again, he's won, so I get it. But once the bar goes up, it never goes down. Meaning, you know what I mean? Like, it never goes down. That's basically how I can say it. So what the ceiling is? The sky's the limit. There's no ceiling.
I want to know. I want to know.
You want to know why there's no ceiling? You want to know why there's no ceiling? Because $1 million is still not $1 million anymore, right? It's really not. Like, I was in Publix today, though. I saw a box of cereal for $9, bro.
Oh shit! What kind of cereal? Better be some Lucky Charms or something. My mama wouldn't buy me when I was young.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the family pack.
Yeah, my mama wouldn't buy me Cinnamon Toast Crunch. They were about $4 when I was a kid. Nah.
It's $9 now. So I'm just saying, like,
Puff. All this shit I couldn't get. Flintstone cereal.
Yeah, I just, and I think, can I say this to you, Street? I think my problem.
There you go.
Napier is desperate. He got to win it.
Go ahead. You just take it from me.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get that. I gotta put my 10-4 hat. Hold on. I gotta put my 10-4 hat on for this one, dog. I gotta put my 10-4 hat on, dog, for this one, dog. But before I get, all right, hold on. I'm gonna get there, but I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, my problem with the payment of the kids that's so high is we're talking about coming out of high school, going into college. And I think, it's just my opinion, high school is not a true testament of your talent. It's really not. It's a snapshot of what you can do, but it's not a true testament of what you are. Just like college is not for NFL, but it's closer than high school is to college. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like, major college football is closer to what you would be seeing, like you can do in the NFL, than high school is to college. And I think that's where my problem with these astronomical numbers. Now, after year one, and he come in and do like a Trevor Lawrence, sky the limit, baby. The sky's the limit.
Yeah. I think they're gonna figure that out.
Because it's just like the rookies. It's just like the rookies in the NFL. They capped at number one. That's all he could do. And in his second contract, you can get $280 million. You can get $300 million for whatever they want to, however they want to pay you. There's no cap on that as long as you fall within the, the salary cap or whatever the case may be.
No, I think you're safe on that. I think they're going to figure that out. I think the big money is going to go to transfer portal kids and kids on their team. I think they're going to figure out a way to say, hey, listen, these recruits, like, as good as they may be, they're not playing anyway. They're not playing anyway. The value isn't there. The value was only there because it was great for your fans to see you get the number 3 recruit in the nation. It was great for marketing. It was great for that. But now those guys are sitting in the transfer portal. And I think it's going to knock down the luster of getting you'll look at a Jaden Rashada, or you'll look at a guy that's incoming, like an experiment. You know what I'm saying? Like you rarely see college kids, right? When you're like, he's gonna come play D1. Anytime you get offensive lineman, he's sitting how long, Hayes? For the most part, he's been away a year, right?
Minimum for the most part. Minimum.
I think old linemen in high school, I thought were sure shots, never get on the field. And I still haven't figured that out yet. So I think what you're saying is safe, is right. That money is going to circulate within college football. Only the Jeremiah Smith are going to get a jug coming out of coming out of high school. And I think the coaches, the coaches are going to get together. See, the coaches meet. They're going to get together and figure out, you know what I'm saying, how to make, you know what I'm saying, they'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, the same way in the fucking NFL, how they figure out how, listen, we ain't touching Colin Kaepernick. Hey. And you're like, Kaepernick should be in the league. And you're like, we ain't touching him. Terrell Owens should still be in the league. We ain't touching him. And you're like, how's everybody not touching him? How does Lamar Jackson come on the market and nobody touch him?
I was gonna take the doggone low hanging fruit and say, well, they must have been meeting with Billy Napier because he's slipping on this one, dog. They must have left him out. He must didn't get the memo about this boy because golly, this is some dangerous stuff, man.
No, I think the money is about to circulate in college football and those 3,600 kids that's in the transfer portal, and I think the high school kids eventually will get some of it, but it's not going to be as crazy because it doesn't make sense. Unless you're Julian Seon or unless you're the kid at Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it makes sense.
And who's going to say they're going to be? Like, what I'm saying is, who's to say they're going to be that guy? Yeah.
Right.
Because, back to what I was going to tell you, when you look at high schools, especially a lot of these kids, and y'all could call it for what it's worth, they get on these super teams, right? They get on the super teams. A lot of them typically are private schools. I'm not saying they're bad players. I'm not saying they shouldn't get paid anything. What I'm saying is where there's no ceiling. Now, does it translate to college, right? For example, I'll just take this for example. I'm not going to say a kid's name because y'all think I'm talking. Let's say Hayes. I'm the quarterback at Miami Central. Right? Shout out to Alex Snipes. I can throw a football. I really can. But I have no concept of reading defense. I just know I could throw this ball over here to a JoJo Trader, a Jeremiah Smith. I'm just picking them. I know they played on different teams. Just stall me out. I could throw the ball up. Jeremiah Smith jumps out the gym and gets the ball. JoJo Trader over here. I got Dalvin Cook behind me. I got Yearby behind me. I'm loaded. I have the physical talent, but am I truly a quarterback? That's all I'm saying. Right?
Right.
Versus a Trevor Lawrence who was taught knee-high to a grasshopper how to be a quarterback. You look at Justin Fields, for example, in college, high school, right? It's just, I don't know. But let's go and get to my theory, dog. We already have 42 minutes, dog.
Damn,
don't worry about that. That's smooth.
That went fast, boy. Nowhere near 9 million.
Like, hey, nowhere near 9
listen,
million.
Man, nowhere near 9 million. Listen, man. Go ahead, Ace. Drop it on them.
All right. Smooth. You're going to like this one, Smooth. All my Gator fans out there, just listen to me before you throw your phone across the room and don't hear the whole message. Just hear me. What if this is a conspiracy theory to get Billy Napier out of there and don't have to pay him because they can fire him with cause? Follow me now. $51.8 million for a 7-year deal. He's been there, 3 years now?
Yeah.
21, 22, 23. So this is 23. He's been there 3 years, roughly making $7.5 million. So let's just say $7 million. 21 million of that 51 million leaves him at 30. His buyout is 85%. I looked at it, 85%, whatever it was. Let me see, 85% of the $24 million. What if, hear me out now, because remember, the university is not being sued. The university is not being sued. So the university is saving $24 million because they don't have to pay Billy Napier because he'll be fired with cause, kind of like Mel Tucker was fired with cause, and they didn't have to pay him out. And if any money's paid punitively to the Rashada family, it's going to have to come out of Billy Napier in their pocket and this Hugh Hatchcock or whatever his name is. And if y'all don't think that's a possibility, I ain't saying that's the case, but if y'all don't think that's a possibility, you don't know how big business work. You better go watch Snowfall Huh? Shout out to Franklin. Huh? Huh, Street? Shout out to Franklin. You on mute. You on mute.
Shout out to Coach Kings, man. We need Napier so we can whoop that ass. Shout out to Coach Kings with the $5. Listen, man, if you guys want to be part of the show, want to get your comments up here, man, just send a whole dono, man, and we got you, man. We'll read your dono. Shout out to Coach Kane. Coach Kane say we need Napier so we can whoop that ass. Coach Kane, y'all gonna have an interim head coach, bro. I hope that dude with Similac behind his ears. The defensive coordinator.
Call of Duty. Call of Duty.
Yeah. I hope he take over. Y'all, Napier in trouble, bro. Napier laying on the bed right now. Butt naked, just waiting to just take it. He in trouble, dog.
But here's the nasty. I'm sorry. Hold up. First of all, can I get a agree or disagree in the chat? If you agree with me that it's plausible, I ain't saying it's happy. That's why. But do you think that's a possibility that the university is saying, because I know I just stopped me a second, but didn't they drop the lawsuits against Mel Tucker? Didn't all that stuff just go away all of a sudden?
No, we gonna get into that, bro. Yeah, I got tweets and everything. We're gonna get into that right at the end of the show too. Drop it all.
All right. So let me get a what's your man used to be on wrestling? Let me get a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's my mentality. I'm saying to myself, the smear campaign, the dirty work that goes into it. Now, here's where the dirt work is. Not nasty work. This dirt work. Kirby Smart basically gives his blessing. And I'm not saying Kirby Smart was going to stop it, but it goes to show you how much winning means. That, hey, go ahead, dog. Go ahead and sue that dude. You got my blessing. I need you to try and win some games in case Stetson Bennett, in case Bet go down. So, hey, I get it. Like, instead of saying, listen, if you want to do that, you want to welcome, but we don't want to bring that distraction here to the university. And remember, both of those guys are off of the Nick Saban tree. Kirby Smart and Bill Napier. I don't think they coach at the same time, but I think they're both off in the tree. Yeah, they're off the same tree. Says, Hayes, why are you giving Florida ideas? Bro, if I'm that smart, dog, I need to get off this YouTube, dog, and go. If I'm giving Florida ideas to do, bro, if they can't come up with that, then bro, I need to go be the AD or something at another school, dog. Trust me. If I'm the brain trust behind this movement.
It's a dude in Florida back office right now that probably hate Napier to the bone that woke up this morning like, bingo! You think Hayes had to give him that idea? It's a dude that in Florida right now that want Napier fired. I'm just saying somebody's more invested than you, though. That's all I'm saying. There's somebody that really cares that's been looking for a reason. That's been looking for a reason to get him out of here.
I got a better one. How about it's some boosters that don't like Napier and they don't like this Hugh Hitchcock dude. They like, I hate that dude. He's boisterous. He all over the place. He seems to be very like in your face.
Oh, but
I'm telling you, this nasty work.
The other nasty work is Jaden Rashada them standing up saying, "Hey man, let me out. I'm a letter of intent. Let me out, right?" And we were saying at that time they're gonna let him out. They don't want none of this to come out, right? Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. He goes to Arizona State. We think everything is dead. He comes back to the SEC and then sues Hayes. Somebody had to put something in his ear, dog.
Excuse me. I don't have a 10-4 hat. Let me put my 10-4 hat on, dog. God dang on it. I can't get it to stay up there. Let me put my hat on, dog. This is my 10-4 hat, bro. That's the best I can do. Shout out to Coach Coop with his 10-4 hat. I ain't got one. I got a cane juice cup. Bruh, all I can tell you is when it comes to conspiracy theories, I'm here for them.
Yeah, with Coach Coop. Me and Coach Coop beefing, dog, until 2026, dog. Yeah, with Coach Coop. Coach Coop stuck his nose in some business. He stuck his nose in some business that wasn't his, dog. Some real Miami business. He stuck his nose in it with way from Tennessee. Let me send X and the goons at you, boy. Nah, I just like it, right?
Hey, man.
Way from Tennessee stuck his nose in the Jacory business.
Twitter fingers turn to trigger fingers. Y'all be easy. Y'all do me a favor. Y'all just type it out in all caps, dog.
They say Hugh Hathcock is UF top booster.
He is, but that doesn't mean that the other boost. I think he gave the largest donation of $12 million or something at one time, but that doesn't mean the other boosters, as a collective, don't like him, right? The other 8 or 9 of them, like, you know what, that dude, man, he's just arrogant. Why? Because he got probably the most money, and he the top dude. So whatever he say, he kind of go. And I got money too. But they don't really listen to me as much because he got the most money. So that kind of, you get where I'm coming from? Dog, envy is a real thing. Hate is a real thing, dog.
No, it is, especially when you start talking about this amount of money. Somebody said, I'm lying, I wasn't, when Flintstone cereal came out, talking about, when I was a kid, Flintstone cereal wasn't out yet. Flintstone cereal came out in 1971, dog.
Yabba dabba do. That's all I can tell you.
I was already 12 years old.
I had Flintstone vitamins.
They say
I used to like eat the Wilma.
Good. Hathcock ain't going nowhere. Hathcock gonna have to pay the money. That was Hathcock with it. They gonna
the money. That money.
Ain't going nowhere. Even to pay the money.
You better pay that money. No, I can't wait to August 31st.
They didn't even get
at 3:30, I can't wait to August 31st. 3:30.
They're gonna have an interim head coach, though. Napier won't be there, though. That's gonna be their reason. That's gonna be their reason for getting their behind whooped in the swamp. Well, we didn't have our coach. Remember Florida State said that 3-4 years ago? We didn't have our coach.
All right, so Street, let me ask you this, because we getting up on the hour mark here. Let me ask you a quick question. Am I off my rocker, dog, with what I said? Am I off my rocker? Is your co-host off his rocker?
No, we're talking about big money here, bro. Right. And I've realized that when you're talking about big money, strings start getting pulled that you didn't even know exist. What would make that boy go to Arizona State, not say a word, right? And then come back to the SEC. And now
Georgia take him.
Georgia take him. And now he's like, hey, man, we left some money in Gainesville. It was a year ago.
Quiet before the storm. I mean, no, I'm not saying like everybody told he's got money. King Malik, shout out to you, brother. I'm not saying that the guy going broke over the lawsuit. I know that's not what y'all saying, but we're just talking about how. But we're just talking about. You have to remember optics for the university. A lot of things for a university is optics. It don't have to be the truth. It's optics, right? And so, if the head of the alliance or collective or whatever this thing is called looks like he playing with some funny cards, then we may have to say, hey, man, sit down for a little bit. And so the next guy could be like, hey, here I am.
Right.
Like, that's politics too, right? Smear campaigns. They do everything to smear you, to get you off your game, blah, 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 so they could be the one to take over. It's playing king of the hill. Everybody's trying to get to the top of the hill and do what they can to pull you down. Some people can come, threaten you, and you'll leave. Some people got to throw rocks and boulders, you'll leave. And some people talk about your mama, you react, say something wrong, and then you got to get up out of there.
Yeah. I see some people saying, like they say Jaden Rashada was working on the lawsuit for a year. Yeah, I know. I mean, I've been doing my research all week long. Yeah, they have. I mean, all day long. They have said Jaden Rashada been working on the lawsuit for a year. But I'm here to tell you this as a grown man. Like, I've had to consult with lawyers before, right? I've never had to consult with a lawyer, right? And I call him and be like, "Hey, this is XYZ, XYZ," and he'd be like, "Hey, I'm gonna call you back in 6 months with an answer." It doesn't take that long, bro. It doesn't take that long for a lawyer to tell you if you got a case or not, big dog. I'm sorry. So all of this, what y'all hear people reporting and things like that, just use your own brain. You know what I'm saying? You call a lawyer, right? Because a lot of them either want the case, don't want the case. You call, and if it's your lawyer and he took a year to figure out if it, come on, bro. Let's think about what we're talking about here. Hey, have you ever reached out to a lawyer and it took him 3 months to get
and
back
I
to
will
you?
say
Like,
this.
man, I think we got something, dog. It don't take that long.
No, it take me 3 months to get to them because I'm the expert. I keep telling y'all, I'm the law expert. I keep telling y'all this.
It don't take that long.
People call me the
right
expert.
Here, dog. It don't take that long. ChatGPT right here tell you if you got a case.
No.
30 seconds. It don't take that long.
I mean, now, here's what I'll tell you. You talk about his attorney. Let me bring up who his attorney is, because this is interesting. His attorney is a big name out of Houston. I saw it. Hold on. Harden, I'm gonna just say this line, no had nothing to do with attorney. Harden, which is the father, told CBS Sports that Napier never should have been making those promises, which at the time were also against NCAA rules. Quote, "That's not a role he should have been involved in. He shouldn't have made those promises, and he should have stayed out of the whole area." Harden said he didn't. All right. I'm trying to find his attorney. I'm trying to find where his attorney's from out of Houston, and he did a lot of big time cases in regards to other athletes. Golly, man, this article is long. Okay. Velocity Automotive, I guess, is the name of his company. Okay. Yeah, Rashada has enlisted well-known Houston area. Yeah, Rashada has enlisted well-known Houston area attorney Rusty Harden, who has previously represented a bevy of notable athletes, including Roger Clemens and Adrian Peterson, to try the case. Harden has been involved in potential litigation against Napier and others since January of 2023 when Rashada's agent. See, this has been going on for a long time. What a lot of people don't realize, this stuff goes on for a long time, but it doesn't hit the news wave until something is filed. Right. You see what I'm saying? Right. So like he says, Harden has been involved in potential litigation against Napier and others since, which is the dad, since January of 2023 when Rashada's agent Jackson Zager and Tommy Thompson first reached out inquiring about legal options after Florida boosters allegedly reneged on the multi-million-dollar deal. So, you know, it takes time. I have to say this. It does take time to go through different lawyers, vet different lawyers. That part takes time. But then, like you said, to know if you got a case or not, it don't take that long. But now who you want to represent you, you may take your time and your due diligence to figure out who that is and their background. And you don't want my cousin Vinny on this kind of case.
Right. Would you say you don't want your cousin Vinny on this kind of case?
You don't remember the movie My Cousin Vinny?
Yeah.
You don't want that. I also think it like this. Go ahead.
Somebody in the comment section said Billy Napier not going to get fired for no Jaden Rashada. No, we don't necessarily think he'll get fired for Jaden Rashada, but I mean, he will get fired for this. This is where it all starts at A's.
Does as he goes to the pass on first down, and he's going to go to the end zone.
They just need a reason to fire him.
Daniels, a good strike to Malik Neighbors near side. Third down looked like perhaps.
Oh God, this is not the shoe. Is this the shoe?
Play, and they Jeray Jenkins. 2nd and 6. Daniels will turn the corner, and a good decision is Daniels looking to run it himself.
This is what all started. This is why you get fired. They just got a reason to fire him.
Daniels.
What did Jaden Daniels do this game?
Went off. Here's what I will say.
600 total yards, right? 5 touchdowns, 600 yards.
That stink. Here's what I will say. If they fire him in the middle of the year, they're not going to fire him because of his record, because that's without cause. They're going to have to buy him out. But what they will say is probably in the middle of the season, some of this stuff will take hold, and they may say, hey, we got to let this guy go because, he broke NCAA rules and, he has cause and we can fire. So, yeah, if he coming there 7-0, by the time this happens, he might be good. But if he run 2-5 and it's looking bad,
too bad.
Guess what? They're going to come out and say, unfortunately, we had to fire Coach Billy Nate, and then he's going to have to go and sue the university and that kind of stuff to try to get his money back, and you got to play that game.
Right. This is right. Somebody talking about two. They say 2 Jadens got Napier fired.
What? 2 what?
2 Jadens. 2 Jadens got Napier fired.
Wow. Let's do this, Street. You say you want to bring up Mel Tucker. Nasty one. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Shout out to 523 people in the building, man. Appreciate y'all. Much love. We are dual streaming this thing. My side of the street, street side of the street. So we dual streaming this thing on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Make sure y'all go ahead and hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Talk to me, Street.
Yeah. Well, we all know what Mel Tucker went through. Ran through. Mel Tucker legal team in court today over ongoing lawsuit with Brenda Tracy, focused on text between Tracy and her. Literally, basically, Mel Tucker got in trouble for indecent text versus to this lady, Brenda Tracy, right? Who was at Michigan State, literally talking about things like rape and sexual assault and indecent. And he got in trouble for texting her, but they've dropped everything, and Mel Tucker's probably going to get his money from Michigan State, saying that literally it was mutual between the two.
That's dirty work, dog.
Dog, that's a lot. And this is what Hayes is saying. Like, the bottom line, Mel Tucker lost his job. They got him out of there. And there was a lot of money he was on the hook for. Whether he fights to get it back, whether he, you know what I'm saying, the damage is done. Like that picture, dog? It looked like Mel Tucker.
Actually, no. I ain't never seen Mel Tucker with a mustache, but I get it. I like it.
Yeah, it wasn't this day. Yeah,
that
it wasn't this day.
That boy looked like Bubba. What was his name? Played for Michigan State. Bubba played in Police Academy.
Yeah.
Dude?
Boy, you went way back there, boy. Yeah.
Smart, dog. Smart. What's his name?
Eagle County. I don't know his real name. That was a long time ago, bro. Eagle County Wonder Stokes ruled in Tucker's favor, dismissing the case with prejudice. Tracy's claims of privacy invasion and misappropriation not proven according to the court. Tucker legal battles continue. He's also suing Michigan State over his firing following a Title IX investigations made by Tracy. See, and this is what Hayes is saying. Even when this came out, it was weird, bro. Like, you got inappropriate text messages with the lady that's there to speak about. It all was weird at the time. And years later, hey, all right. He ain't do nothing wrong.
And the funny thing is,
$90 million contract. How much was it? 95
$79. 79 million is what they would have had to pay him out. But here's the funny thing. Brenda Tracy, who is the young lady, all her shirts, like the motto of her company was set the expectation.
Right.
That was the name, set the expectation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, it's some funny business.
Right. What was it about? What was her company about? Let's see.
Okay, so what she did was I don't know if she was a student. I want to say it was Oregon State, and she had been graped because you can't say certain words. I learned that's a new way to say the R word on YouTube. She had been graped by some athletes. From my opinion, I may have this wrong, but I may be off a little bit. So anyhow, she now turns this in and she goes around speaking to college teams about this situation. And you know what not to do. You know, you coming in like a speaker. You know what I mean? And she's spoken to colleges all over. I see it here with Colgate on Michigan State, Maryland. I mean, it's colleges out the wazoo, dog. Like she's spoken to, I don't want to say hundreds, but quite a few colleges. Michigan. Maybe I think she came to Miami. You know, and her shirt says set the expectations. SMU. Plenty of these schools, man. But anyhow.
Was she great at Michigan State? Was she that girl that got maybe 5 years ago? Was it her?
No, she's a little older. Her situation was at Oregon State, I think. Her situation, I want to say, was Oregon State. No, the university in 1998, Tracy was brutally gang raped by several men, including 2 from the University of Oregon football team. 2 from the University of Oregon's football team. I knew it was something in Oregon. I knew it was out west. Yeah, so I don't know, bro. So Michigan State was got off the hook of paying $79 million buyout. And that's what I'm saying. These people work dirty. BC says, I blame Mel for putting himself in a vulnerable position. I can agree with that. Okay. I don't know what to say, but okay. Anything you got to say to that, Street?
Nasty work.
Dirt work. Dirt work. Ooh-wee.
Nasty work, bro. I'm looking at Brenda Tracy Instagram and reading these comments, bro. She done had to turn her comments off, bro.
Yeah, they went hard.
It looked like it was on to her. It looked like they was on to her.
And so okay. And this right here, you don't want to say victim blaming, but this right here, and I know I'm very black and white. The fact that she didn't hang the phone up during the act. Like, dog, get that out of here.
Get that out of here. Get out of here. All of it nasty work, though. When you start talking about hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars, man, people will do backwards things, though. You got to dot your E's and cross your T's and dot your I's. And people will start doing backwards things, bro. Like when the money gets up there. Money changes everything, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. It does, man. Well, let's work our way up out of here, man, as the sun sets in the Virgin Islands, man. Shout out to the Virgin Islands. Been so nice to us, so good to us. You got an I don't see how?
You got one?
I got 2, actually. One is real quick. No, I'm just going to talk about it. My first one is, y'all clap it up for the Miami Hurricanes getting Tyler Barron over their defensive end. Come on. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want to get that out of the way. My second, I don't see how. I told y'all I was in Publix. And Coach got an issue. And I need y'all help. I was in Publix. There was a lady in there with a quote-unquote service dog. Had the little vest on, do not pet, dog working. The dog had only the ski goggles. You see the dogs now wear ski goggles. Okay. Here's where Coach's problem is, y'all. Street, help me. Because I'm about to go over the deep.
Where your problem at, dog?
The dog is over by the deli, shaking. Right? The lady is feeding him the little kibble things, I guess, or whatever. And so he's eating it out of her hand, and she's touching everything, dog.
What?
Come on. Like,
what?
My problem, dog, is I get it. It's your service dog. But why my problem is companies don't want to tell anybody no.
Right.
I was in a Wawa one time. Y'all know I go get a little coffee in the morning. A lady walks in with a quote unquote service dog. She at the coffee station. She got the dog like this in her arm while she mixing the coffee. She got the dog up off the ground. I'm like, nobody in there said, like, no management says anything. Then she put the dog down while she waiting for the food. He's sniffing all the potato chip bags on the rack.
Why don't you think? Why do you think businesses, like, if 5 people see her with her dog at the coffee thing, that's 5 people that may not ever touch that coffee thing again. Why don't businesses see it that way, you think?
Lawsuit. She's going to sue for being mistreated, but the 5 people may go away and never come back. Those 5 people go away, don't make the news. But Publix will be branded for being what? Discriminatory against a person with a service dog.
Oh, gosh. Are you serious, though? That's what we're doing?
That's money. That's money. The 5 customers that walked away, that probably is still going to come back at some point, but walked away, are not filing a lawsuit. But that one lady or guy or whoever gets turned away or is told they can't do such and such and such and such, now files his lawsuit. Publix is branded all across as being discriminatory against people with disabilities. And that's a whole thing.
Wow.
But my problem is, that's your dog. It's not my dog.
Could you imagine what goes on in their house?
But that's my point. You're right. But I truly don't care. The dog could lick the sandwich out your mouth. That's your mouth. Don't make me eat after the dog.
That's nasty work, literally.
Yeah, but like Muhammad said, I would have told her to her face. Yeah, we did. We're like, ma'am, can you? But again, we don't work there. We don't enforce the rules. You know what she told us? This is my service dog. That's all she said. What I'm gonna say? Argue her down?
Right. I don't see how.
Talk to me.
I don't see how. Hold on, let's get this up here. CNN thought they was gonna bring Cameron up here.
Yes, sir.
Shout
out to Cameron.
to talk about Diddy.
About it for like, nigga, it was self-explanatory. So
in the room, you were on another show.
I got us some free promo. I didn't get the shout to Dipset. Whatever Diddy going through the down, I mean, listen, the video, I don't support it. I don't believe in domestic violence. I don't believe in anything that has to do with being a pedophile. I don't believe in sex trafficking. I think what I've seen the video is egregious, and the charges fucked up. They're really fucked up. Oh, wait, but nigga, I said what I said. I gave a disclaimer at the beginning. Then we got on the commercial. That was that. So
I've seen it, and if you haven't,
can you tell us a little bit more about that? I mean, is there something known in the industry about how Diddy treated his artists?
Cameron on CNN drinking sex drinks. So he finna go. Yeah, but he's finna go get some cheeks after this. Cheeks after this interview.
Mace took me to Biggie. I don't really know Puffers like Mace no Puff. So I appreciate what Mace said, and of course that's my brother. So if he felt that way, then he felt that way. I can't really tell you how Puff moves or anything like that. Mace made no better than me because he was signed to Puff. I wasn't. But my show does come on at 8 a.m. Eastern on YouTube.
He gave his show promo.
And I might get some more information out of Mace from there. But for me to tell you how Puff acted or that, I don't know. I know what was signed. Yeah.
It's hard to hear. I don't know if you can turn it up.
I know it. No, it's low. That part of it low.
It's in the video.
So literally, Cameron, went on CNN and they started asking him about Puff because he has a show with Mace. Mace was signed under Puff, right? And Cameron literally went up there and used that time to promote his show and say, "Listen, man, I'll tell you how I feel about Puff on my show." And he used CNN to promote it. And it went so viral. It just worked out perfectly for him. It's almost like Cameron looking at CNN like competition. Oh, y'all don't ever, he said, y'all don't call me up here to talk about nothing good I do in the community.
Right.
So I'm going to point you to my podcast from CNN, and y'all better smarten up. Next time you think about doing some shit like this.
Hey, and the sad part about it is, I think the lady, like the host, kind of got caught off guard. And then she said, Cameron. Like, she tried to be like, Cameron. First is Cameron, right? She was like, well, like, yeah, like she tried to like be a mother, like, Cameron, like, tighten up. Like,
but no, if you don't know who Cameron is, right? If you don't really know who he is, no, Cameron don't give a damn. He never did. No, like he never did. Like, Cameron is the dude that'll step out and say what he has to say. He ain't gonna be politically correct. He ain't going, and he's pretty savvy guy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you this:
go to his
Instagram. Why would they think he was, even if he didn't do that? Why would they think he was the right person to add? Maybe he was the only one that was willing to come on. And he had a plan.
Mace once asked Cameron. Cameron once asked Mace on their show, "Hey, Mace, when I came to you to get on in the rap game, why did you take me to Biggie and not to Bad Boy?" He didn't say Puffy. He said, "Why did you take me to Biggie and not Bad Boy?" And Mace was kind of like, "Man, don't make me tear up telling this story, but in that moment, you was my guy. I knew Biggie would treat you right." But literally saying that, man, I'm not taking you to Puff. I'm not giving you the Puff. I'm gonna give you the Biggie, Junior Mafia. Ladies, grab it. So with Cameron being from New York, cool with Mace, they figured they could get something from Cameron. Mace probably wouldn't come, right? And Cameron went up there and did them dirty. Hey, y'all come check out the show 8 o'clock. Pink Purple Horsepower. Going to get some cheese after this. And it went so viral. I just hate that my homegirl was sitting up there interviewing them. You know what I'm saying? I wish it would have been one of them clowns.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, speaking of that, shout out to Reggie, who actually donated last show. We forgot. I got it in the back chat. Play this for us right quick, man. This is what donos get you now. We got a fan I don't see high up here. Huh? That's what a dono will get you, huh?
Let's see.
Let's see what we got here. All right, let's see. Let's see what that sun is set by now. It won't be a Colorado show tonight, y'all. It won't be one. Coach got to take care of some things, man. I got to go check on Julia, make sure she okay. For y'all that know, if you know, you know. You see that cane truck? Watch this.
The diddler, man. The diddler.
Who did this, man?
The motherfucker Digger Lang. Oh my God.
Jigga Lane. Who did the diddler guy? No did it. All did it.
Oh my God, man.
Come on, man. The diddler. Who did that, man? Who did that? Y'all tripping.
It's nasty work.
Yeah.
With the real,
That's
with the
turf
real-
work.
Yeah.
with the mouth
Bruh.
open. Why the mouth open? What are you waiting for?
Oh, they put that on top. Okay.
They went stupid, man, on the diddler.
That's funny as fuck.
Diddler, dog.
It's crazy.
So pause it right there.
Y'all know
That's
what
supposed
it
to be
is.
the Riddler truck. And they got a diddler truck.
The diddler, dog.
The
Nasty
diddler.
work.
That's nasty work, dog. They got this man face on the truck, dog.
Nasty work. We need to name our show. Hey Street. Nasty work.
We're on the corner of Hayes Street and Nasty Work Avenue. Hey, we're on the corner of Hayes Street and Nasty Work Boulevard. Y'all pull up, man. Y'all pull up. That's it right there, street. That's our address. 305. Listen, 305 Hayes Street and Nasty Work Boulevard. Northwest Nasty Work Boulevard. There you go. 305 Hayes Street, Northwest Nasty Work Boulevard.
We got 500 in here, man. Shout out to y'all. Hit the like button and share for us, man.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, bro, I don't see how CNN, but Cameron, that thing went everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
That interview was nasty work. Let's get out of here,
Dude,
dog.
great work.
Got some cheeks to go get.
What you drinking? Hold up. I got mine. You better get yours.
You gotta get them cheeks. That boy said purple, pink, purple. I'm surprised that they let it all air like that. Like it must be had to be live. There was no editing.
Yeah.
You watch the train wreck like that, bro. But
Can I tell you
he
this?
lured her in because he started off. He lured her in.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And also, can I say this to you? A lot of the people who are the producers behind the scenes, they're not savvy and understand the lingo. Like they don't grasp the concept. You get what I'm saying? Like they don't grasp what's happening until it's it's about a 10-second delay like us, right? But they don't grasp the concept of what's happening until it's too late. Somebody else got to explain, cut the feed. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't grasp. It's almost like your girl Jasmine Crockett, when she said, bleach, blonde, built, butch body built. The guy was like, huh? Like, what? But the guy sitting next to him started laughing like, oh, Lord.
Yeah.
He didn't understand what was happening.
That's the same lady on CNN that interviewed her after that.
Yeah. Much love, man. But we finna rock this thing out, man. We're gonna be in the locker room later on night for all of the members. Hey, Adam, I need you in the locker room, dog. Coach got to talk to you, man. If you're in the locker room, we got to talk to you. Reggie, shout out. Appreciate you for that dono, man, on that. I don't see how. And
No diddy.
we'll holler at y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. And we'll jump in the locker room about 9:15. With all that being said, appreciate y'all. Much love, man. I'm out here.
If y'all need your truck painted like that, call Coach Hayes' mama.
Well, I'm trying to tell you, boy. Hey,
Coach Hayes'
shout
mama
out.
with the paint job.
Shout out to Footballville Mama. Shout out to Footballville Mama who stole a video from the hotel and gave that thing to CNN. Shout out to Footballville. No, I ain't gonna let you ride that easy. I'm gonna add you to the stage. Yeah. Don't be leaving on me like that. I'm out of here.